All right, welcome back, everybody. This is going to be a little, I think this is an exciting video. This is the recap of my TOPPS T206 cards, the 85 box summary. And I don't have a big setup up here, so it's going to be a little tricky at first, but I'm going to go through and show you what I have out of those 85 packs. So I ended up getting a total of, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is 7. This is 7 complete sets. And so I bound it here. There's one, I was missing one card on this last set. But here are the base cards, set number 1, and then you go through, here's set number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm gonna set this on the aside for a second. But just so you can see the way that all the cards look. And I did it, there's a lot of different ways to organize this. And I just went alphabet. Some people go by teams, but I just go alphabet, starting with our Albers. And I start on this. I'm gonna write up here the TOPPS T206 2023. And I'm gonna end up selling these. When we go to the card shows, I'll just kind of trade or exchange each one of these sets. But this is the alphabetized version of the base of each card. And I forgot that's my dog in the background if you hear any. He just finished eating. But this is our base of all the cards. And so I had 7 full sets there. In addition, in my case, I have another 6 full sets of the base. And then on top of the 6, I've got, these are all of my Piedmonts. And I'll zoom in over here. I'm missing, I think I'm missing 6 cards, but these are all the Piedmonts. And I think it's a pretty cool way of collecting. So you could have your Piedmonts, you can go into your polar bears. I think I was missing, I think it was 6 cards, and I'll be able to fill that up. And so this will be my Piedmont. And then here, and I'll set this on the floor, then I'll get into the individual cards. Here are all of my polar bears. Set these aside. Here's all my I'm not gonna pull them all out, but these are all my polar bear cards. Here's all my extra Piedmont cards. And then over on this side are all of the all-star cards that I have. And I'll just, in case anybody wants to look at on the 85 boxes, the dot means that I have them. So this is how many of the cards that I had of the all-star background variation. So you can see on trout, I have a total of 6 trouts. Merino, I've got 4. You go across the board and you can see where the heavy cards were. Aaron Judge, I only got 3. But I ended up getting several full sets of these all-star variations, which I think most everybody remembers what the all-star variations look like. And so here's my all-star. So I'm gonna set this aside so I can get into the real nuts and bolts of the other items inside. So inside, again, pardon my handwriting, but inside the 85 boxes, I ended up getting 27 autographs, 8 interleague, 15 of the black backs, 6 of the missing black plate variation, 25 of the wood paper stock, 34 of the Morton brick, 4 of the Tolstoi, 15 Sweet Caparel, 29 Carolina Brights, and 6 of the UZITs. Again, I have 13 full base sets and then 1 basically full Piedmont set. These were this is my notes. This is the missing polar bear that I have. So it's a 150 base card set. So let's start with these are my Carolina Brights. So I'm gonna go through my Carolina Brights. So I gotta put my glasses on. So on my Carolina Brights, I got Adele, Alvarez. Basically, I'm not going to go through all of these, but Carolina Brights, I had a lot of the Carolina Brights, and I had a lot of the UZITs. 1 out of every 6 packs was an UZIT. So you got a nice amount here. Then we go into, let's start with the back portion here. So the Sweet Caparels come in 1 out of every 25 packs. And I have Albers, Altuve, Bello, and you can see the back variation. Carlton, Cole, Correa, Erdman, Guerrero, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to read off each one of the names. But you can see all of the Sweet Caporals, facts. Then the next one I had were my Tolstois, which came in 1 out of every 48 packs. And here's the Tolstoi backing. And the ones that I had there, I got Ken Griffey Jr., Maurer, Polcano, and Shazer. So there's pretty limited on what I had on the Tolstoi. And then I had my Morton Brick, which were limited to 25 copies. And what I had on the Morton Brick were, again, I think everyone remembers what these look like. Pretty thick stacks. I'm not going to go through all these. Let's quickly go through them in case anybody wants to pause and see what I have. Here's the variations. And I've learned a lot about this set, going back to the 1909 and the 1911 version. And I think it's slowly turning into be one of my favorite cards to go back to go collect. So I'm probably going to be trading some of these in and going, maybe acquiring one of those old sets. Or trying to acquire what I can. Let's go into this is the wood paper stock, limited to 20 copies. And I ended up getting, and here's what they look like on just the regular names on the back. And I'll go through, I'm not even going to read them. I'm just going to flip through them. It's going to take too long to read each one. Here you can see what I got on my wood paper stock. I think these are pretty neat cards. Okay. And then what we have next. Next is my missing black plate variations. So this is all of the names that were possible. And if there's a, let's see, how did I do it? How did I do this? You know, this is what I have, and this is how many I have of them. So you can see my missing black plate. We can see a little bit of a fading. So I got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see the names. So those were the ones. These were the names that were missing black plate, and these are the ones that I had. So I had 2 Bo Jacksons, 1 Tatis, 1 Freeman, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then we have, here are the blank backs, which were limited to 10 copies. And these blank backs look just like this. You can see the variation where there's actually ink at the bottom, not the whole back. And again, I'm not going to read them. I'm just going to flip through the ones that I got. Be pretty cool to collect if somebody had the time. You know, this could be a long-term set to collect. And then here you have the Interleague logo limited to 5 copies. So my understanding is of these names, of all the players of this 150 set, there's only 5 copies of each one of these. So this is probably the real gem and the hard ones to find. So I've got Anderson, Badu, got Fried, Glavin, Miller, Peterson, Seager, and Stott. So those are my really nice interleague version. And then we go into our gold border insert. This was the full set, and this is how many I have. So Willie Mays, I have 1. Tatis, I've got 2. Trout, I've got 1. Lou Gehrig, I've got 3. And I don't think, I'll just open them up real quick. So these are what the full set looks like. So this is a full set of the gold border insert. There's 20 cards total. And so this is a full set of the gold border. Pretty neat deal here. And then I've got my duplicates. These are all my duplicates that I've got. They'll end up selling those, or when I go to the card show, I'll end up trading those in. And then here I come down to my American Beauty, my autographs, and the 101. So American Beauty, these are the image variations. There's 15 cards in the set, and if I've got a dot next to it, that's how many I have. So I've got one Ripken, one Correa, Alvarez. You got no Trout. And so these are the different variation. So you can see the cards that I've got. I got 2 of these Alvarez's. What these were, they're just a different image on the front. Again, another pretty neat card set to collect. Again, it's limited to 15 cards. And then let's go my autographs. And then I got numerous autographs. How many did I forget what I showed on my seat. I've got 27 autographs here. So 2 of the Clemens, a couple of the Cruz, Gonzalez, Harris, I like that one. Langiers, I got 2 of his. Maddox, 1, 2, 3, 4. He was the winner. Rollins, Adley, Rodriguez, Tejada, got 2. Williams, pretty good card. And then, so those are all the autos. And then last, and certainly, I guess would be least here, the 1-of-1s. Out of the 85 boxes, I got 2 of the 1-of-1s. See them in the upper right-hand corner. I got the Ty Cobb back. You got Blackmon and Rodriguez. So those were the 2 1-of-1s. So again, that's the overall summary of the 85 boxes. It was a lot of fun opening them up, a lot of fun organizing them. I think there were some pretty good hits. Really excited. I think this gets me even more connected to the original TOPPS T206s. And for those that watched all my videos, I really do appreciate it. I've got a lot of other videos that will be coming out of my PSA reveals. I've got some other, the box openings. So I've got some really nice stuff that's going to be coming over the period of time. And you'll probably watch more of my collection as I get into the 1909 and 1911. As I start trading some of these original sets in, I'll end up converting these, and you'll watch my journey of collecting the 1909, 1911, and then maybe have some fun stuff and learning along the way. But again, thanks for watching, everybody. Continue to subscribe and support, and I really appreciate it. Cheers, all.